Yes, this is Tactical Red. You're on Tactical United, and Man United obviously won their game against who did we play again? I never remember this team. It's crazy. I always I've been talking about this team for like a couple of days, and I never remember them. Sheriff. So we played against Sheriff. We dominated obviously the performance. It was a decent performance, but I'm not really looking at that performance to judge anything about Man United right now. It's just a chance to rest players and a chance to give players games and a chance to see some new players as well. That's about it. But mainly what the main thing about that game was is that obviously we stick to the style. Obviously, I like Garnacho. He looks decent. He looks a very good player actually, to be honest. He looks like a player that could really thrive. And I always thought that when I saw him a few times, to be honest with you. But we need to stop focusing on West Ham and start. You need to work towards West Ham. Obviously, Ten Hag did his press conference stating about how he wants the players to play and how he sees this as a process, but he's frustrated at the same time. Which he's saying all the right things, to be honest. And the thing is, I know in my mind, I know Ten Hag does want to actually. He does in his head. He wants to win now. I know Man City was a shocker for him, and we needed that because I think what we was doing before Man City wasn't good. And since Man City, he's understood the levels to the game, and he's seen that we have to be a possession-based attacking team to do anything in this league, anything in world football. I don't know why he went away from his own style and system. But now we've got the right players in that system. Well, some of the right players. We still have a few other players who aren't, 100% suited to that system, but we have to make do for them right now. And I think West Ham's going to be not so much of an easy game, to be honest with you. I think West Ham is a very stubborn team, don't concede a lot of goals. I don't think there's going to be a lot of goals in this game particularly, but I do see us... Oh, is that a bit wonky? Yeah. I do see us winning this game 1-0, maybe 1-2-1. But I think West Ham are very, very solid, and they're gonna part of us basically, and they try to beat us on the counter attack. And they got a couple strikers. Skamaka, I think, is a decent striker. He hasn't really impressed that much. He scored a few goals, but nothing really to be talking about. But I think the reason is because West Ham are a counter attacking team, and he's not a counter attacking player. He's a player that likes, he likes to be in the box and to finish. And I think their threat will be neutralized a lot in that game because of that. They'll only be a threat through set pieces and stuff like that. I can't really see them threaten us too much in open play. I think what we need to do, honestly, to be honest, if it was me, I would definitely, if I was Manchester United manager, now, I would definitely put Sancho and try Sancho in the number 10 because I'm not a big Bruno fan. I'm not his fan at all. He still frustrates me completely. And I know he's tried to improve his game under Ten Hag, which he tries, but I think he can't. I think he's gonna get found out sooner or later. I think Ten Hag's gonna just be like, you know what, you're not good enough. And maybe Ten Hag thinks that already, but he can't get rid of him because potentially there's no one there. But I would definitely play Sancho in the number 10 position. And I know that's a shock, and I know people think, oh, but Sancho's not playing that well. But I think Sancho would be amazing in that position. I think Sancho is perfect for that position because of how he creates, of how he links the play, how he's very good at one touch, two touch passing, how his control seems to be letting him down for some reason. I'm not sure why. I never saw that in his game in Dortmund at all. But normally he has great control, good movement, good link play. Players can play within him. He's patient. He doesn't rush it. He 1-2s it. And I think he'll be such a danger in that number 10 position. Honestly, I think he'll be so dangerous in that number 10. He's not super quick, but he's quick enough. In the central position, he'll be quick. And He can finish. You know what I mean? Like he's perfect for that position. I think he's built for that position. I don't know. Yeah, I think he's built for it. He's absolutely built for it. And then I'll just do Ericsson and Casemiro, and I think that team would definitely step up their game. I think we'll see a lot more chance creation. I think Bruno is actually. I'm not saying that he's. I think he's kind of he kind of loses the ball too much. So I'll do that. I would put obviously with this team that we currently have, players fit and stuff. Obviously Anthony and Ronaldo up front with Rashford on the wing, and I think that team would be a very strong team, a very strong team. I think the reason why Bruno Fernandes and Ronaldo don't link well is because Bruno Fernandes needs players to run in behind. Okay, he needs players to run in behind. And Ronaldo is not a run in behind player. Ronaldo is a pass to me, one touch, two touch at this moment, obviously in his career, and in the box waiting to cross in and just waiting for the ball to come in the box. And I think Bruno Fernandes is just a player that wants to hit a ball early, and he needs space, Bruno. He needs space. The reason why he looks good when you play in a counter-attacking system is because when we catch teams on the break, there's so much space in behind for the quick players to run in behind that Bruno Fernandes can even misplace a pass half and get it in there. Or when the team's not set, he can't break him down. So this is Bruno Fernandes, and he's limited. He's just a limited footballer. Like he's limited. He's not very skillful. He doesn't have great control. He doesn't have great technique. He doesn't try and dribble. He's not great, and people think he's great, and I don't see it. Like it's not like De Bruyne who can break it down, open up a defense with one pass. Can can open up a low block. Bruno can't open up a low block. You can only open up a high block. You can't open up a low block. Low blocks are not for him. Bruno Fernandes is a perfect substitute. He's a perfect substitute for Manchester United. He's perfect because when you need a goal or an assist to make that wrist pass, because he plays 100 miles an hour, you see. So if he comes on and we need a goal, he's the perfect guy. He's perfect for it. Him and Rashford particularly, but more him, is perfect for bench. I'm telling you. And people might be shocked, but he would be a bench player in my team because he has a great impact in the team. And there's no doubt about it. And obviously, I would rotate and stuff, but mainly he'll be bench unless he can really, really shock me. Van der Beek looked okay when he came on. I liked how what Van der Beek does that no other player in our team does is he goes into spaces. He goes into spaces that no one goes into in our team. The spaces that he picks up is all good for the defense, and it puts them off. And if the players find him the ball, he can cause problems. And he's very good at going into certain spaces on the pitch. And I think, I don't think he's a number 10 though. With Van der Beek, I think he's an 8. I don't see him as a number 10. I see him either him or Ericsson in that role, because I think the thing with Van der Beek, Ericsson is obviously a better on the ball. Van der Beek can move the ball, but Van der Beek is more of a threat, more of a goal threat, and more physical than Ericsson. Even though they're both quite slow, but Van der Beek is a little bit more physical than Ericsson. So, I think with Van der Beek and Ericsson, I think it can be like, obviously maybe Ericsson may be playing more, but I think Van der Beek can definitely get games within that position. I don't think he's a number 10. I think he can play number 10, but I don't think he needs to play number 10. I don't think he needs to. I think he can. I think he can though, but I don't think he needs to. I think for this team right now, we could use him in the midfield for just energy alone. Like he could do what McTominay does, but with better technique and better football IQ. So Luke Shaw's playing well. Obviously, Delo's playing decent. Obviously, I swear to God, if Maguire comes in that team on Wednesday on Sunday, if Maguire's in that team, I'm telling you now, I'm telling everybody now, we're gonna lose the game because Maguire, he just breeds, he breeds failure. Like when he's on the pitch, everybody thinks that it's just not right. Something isn't right when he's there. He shouldn't be there. It's like he stands out like a sore thumb. He's just he just shouldn't be there. It's like, you know, you come into a house, yeah, and everything looks pretty, and then you got some ugly plant in the corner. And like, what is that plant doing there? Like, what are you doing with that plant? Seriously, why is that plant in your house? That's how I feel when I see Maguire on the pitch. It's just awkward. It's just off-putting. It's just like, no. And, you know, like, it's not like an agenda or anything. It's just the fact that he is that poor and he is that slow and his IQ is that bad and his arrogance is even worse. You know, so there's too many things, you know, for me to not want to, for me to allow him to be in the team. I would never, but obviously Ten Hag's a manager. Ten Hag might want to utilize him. He's the captain of Manchester United somehow, and because of Ollie. Every mistake you see in our team basically is because of Ollie. Like literally every mistake you see in the team is because of Ollie. Like you cannot pick a mistake in that team that's not Ollie. Progression of players. I don't want to get into it anyway. So yeah, and I think, you know, we need to win that game. That game is a very vital game for us to win. We need to continue the march forward. We need to continue Ten Hag's plan. We need to continue to get up the table because you know what? We need to maintain a certain level of results in this season. I think it gives the players confidence. I think it it, it shows that Ten Hag is know what he's doing because you know what? Like, I think when Mourinho's first season, we had a good run like this. Ollie's was always a bit sticky like that. When we finished second, it was only when there was no fans in the stadium. We did well. Yeah, so but I want to see us do well for a whole season, you know. Like, and I think like, yeah, we had a bit of a hiccup in the beginning, but I think we've done decent throughout. You know, we've played seven of we played the top set. We played the top 7 teams. Obviously, we haven't played ourselves, but we played the top 7, and I put Newcastle in there with that because Newcastle they didn't lose to City. Nearly beat Liverpool. Just beat them. You know what I mean? Like it's not an easy game, Newcastle, and you know we played all of them. So we've played 13 games, I think, and I think, and basically nearly half of them have been against the best teams in the league. So I think now we should the next 3 games we need to win every single game. It needs to be a win, 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 win until we go to the World Cup. And we just need to win every game. And even against Real Sociedad, we need to win. You know, this is I think this is what Ten Hag is installing in the team. He's installing the winning mentality, installing there's win at all cost, and I like that. But we need to buy a striker. We need to buy another midfielder, in my opinion, and we need to buy a defender because Varane unfortunately cannot handle football at the moment, and that's it. He cannot handle football. I feel sorry for the guy, but the facts are the facts. He can't handle it. He can't handle playing all these games, and he's very fragile. And we need to buy a world-class defender next season, definitely. Anyway, I'm Tactical Red. Hopefully, we get the win, and we need to really focus on. We need to focus on how we play tomorrow. We need to keep on Wednesday, Sunday. We need to keep the standards up completely. We need to make sure that, you know, Rashford needs to put the ball in the back of the net. I don't want to see you coming on the bench. I told you Rashford, the impact player, by the way, came on the bench and scored. He's an impact player. Do you know why? Yeah, because he's a player who can't handle pressure. I've seen it. Bruno's again, the same man who can't handle pressure. People think Bruno can handle pressure, but he can't because he can't. When the ball's on, even when he's on the pitch, he panics and does Hollywood because the pressure is on for him to pass the ball normally, but he Hollywoods it. These man can't handle pressure. It's just facts. I just see it in these guys play. Like, you know what I mean? Rashford, I know he's had pressure situations and scored in certain things, but when he comes off the bench, there's no pressure. and he can score, and he's free to header, and he's not tense and tight, and you know, that's why he did what he did, and that's why he's an impact player, and that's why Bruno is also the same. Trust me. And these guys will look so sick when they come off the bench. They will look like they should be starting, but they're bench players. Never forget that. I know that, and I'm not saying they're rubbish, because they're not. They have talent, both of them, but there's a certain standard that we have at Man United that, you know, if we set from Alex Ferguson with the players that we had, and you perform every week, that's the standard. And if you can't do that, then you're not hitting the standards. It's as simple as that. That's how I see things, and that's how the standard should be every time Man United come out, and every time the players put the shirt on when they come out Old Trafford or anywhere else where they're playing. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm Tactical Red. This is Tactical United. Everyone have a great day.